Yeah.
This part, by the way, we're not leaving in. So.
Perfect. Thank
There
you,
you
Matt.
go.
Thank you for helping get
Yes.
the ball rolling on that.
Yes.
Now we have a good starting point. We're good to go. Welcome to Locker Room Talk. Is it a bonus episode? Is it a regular episode? All the days blend together, man.
Yeah.
What is it? This is a reggae.
This is a reggae.
What's up, YouTube?
This sounds like a
X-Nay.
slur for Jamaican
Yeah.
people.
A reggae. I think it's a combination of reggae and the name Reggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie in the full effect. Hey, should we do something for dinner tonight?
I ate before, so
I
yeah.
get it. Okay, sure. I'm sorry to even bring it up. What a fool I was.
Hey,
thinking
Joe, I asked you to get dinner with me the other night, and you said, no, I have to make love to my wife.
It was my anniversary weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
We
So,
are-
I get it. So you'd rather spend your anniversary with your Gourmand instead of your friend?
Yeah. We are going to spend all weekend together in the Poconos.
It's different, though. This is our last time as Manhattanites.
Our
Yeah.
last time before we moved to the
We're
Poconos.
moving to the Poconos, and we're
the
gonna
first venue that agreed to have us.
We get there and we like it so much we decide to never leave.
I'm
yeah,
nervous, man. I've never left the comfort of Brooklyn.
yeah.
Never,
You're
never
like
in your
Charlie,
life.
never leaving Philadelphia.
I'm just a simple Brooklynite.
He's just a simple Brooklynite,
Yeah.
overcharged by all these. So how are you doing, Matt?
You really stopped believing in that riff. I'm good. I'm hanging out. I watched the Netflix documentary, The Most Hated Man on the Internet.
Who was it?
It was Hunter Moore, the guy who did the revenge porn website.
Yeah,
What
more
did
like
he ever
Hunter
do?
less, huh?
Yeah.
Why don't you leave those women alone, bro?
He was like a youngish guy, right?
Yeah, he was like, well, at one point, he never actually seemed to feel remorse, but at one point he realized it would be advantageous to him to pretend like he was remorseful.
Right.
And one of the quotes, he's like, look, I started the website when I was 24. I'm 26 now. I've matured a lot.
That's
That rules,
awesome, dude.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because when you're that, it does feel different.
Well, what got him was that because there weren't any revenge porn laws at the time. This is like 2011, 2012. If someone
the
just
golden era,
Yeah.
as we like to call it.
if someone sends me a naked picture of them and I go put it online, there at the time there were no laws against that.
It was actually
Right.
like encouraged to do that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Obama.
Yeah.
He was like, "This is what you gotta do.
Yeah,
If you get titties, you gotta put them on the website."
yeah.
You know, before I was dating Michelle, I was dating a woman. She sent me her photos,
And here they are.
and I said, "Hey, fellas, look at this." We put it on a bulletin board, and everyone would masturbate onto it.
Joe
Kenya.
subtly saying that Michelle Obama is actually a trans person.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Before I was dating this trans person, I was dating a real woman.
a real
Yeah.
XX or an XX woman, I
Yeah.
guess. Huh?
Ooh.
XX chromosome woman. That's what we're
Ooh.
gonna have to start saying soon.
XX women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it's very funny when
Well,
you're
biological woman. You can't say biological woman.
Yeah, you
no,
can.
because woman is gender. You could say biological female.
Mm.
Biological woman, watch out.
So you couldn't say XX woman either. It'd be XX female.
I think it's new. It would be unoffensive until it was offensive.
Why
and you have to
why
learn
don't
a
we
new
call
thing.
them? Why don't we call them breeders and make believers? Make it real simple. And hey, guess what? If you're like, oh, I'm a biological woman, but I'm infertile, enjoy make believing. Make believing you're gonna have a fucking family.
why don't we
make believing you're gonna be a functioning member of society? You're just a husk.
Why don't we
get
call
out of
them
here?
contenders?
Locker room talk. We hate barren women.
Yes.
And we hate trans women too. Tricking us. Tricking poor Bobby into giving them all of his hard-earned locker room talk money, and then revealing your little nubbin of a dick. At least have like a big, meaty cock if you're going to sexually assault our dear friend Bobby Sheehan, who likes prostitutes, both male, female, and as we found out in the Patreon episode, intersex. Now, Bobby, I know we talked about this exclusively on the Patreon, but would you like to talk about having sex with an intersex prostitute on a public YouTube video that could easily be seen by employers, especially employers that are looking? Bobby Sheehan, Robert Sheehan Workplace, Robert Sheehan Instagram, Robert Sheehan LinkedIn. But what's it like having sex with an intersex prostitute?
It is beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, because listen, everybody likes to have sex with something new, something novel.
Right.
That's why people like interracial porn.
Or like you have sex with women.
That's novel. for both of us. And it's novel in a good way for me. I don't know how she feels about it. She's probably crying with tears of joy.
Tears of joy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's the thing. People, when they bring up, oh, are we doing another Matt's Mom's Movie Minute?
No, I think it's actually just a verbal tick that we're pretending is actually a segment.
No, it was a dog whistle.
Yeah.
To let people know that there was going to be a new segment in episode 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if my mom has seen a movie in the last 2 days since we called her last.
Well, what are we fucking paying her for, dude? This is ridiculous.
She is very happy that people are responding to her movie reviews.
Yeah. Well, she's got to be watching more movies. I haven't watched a movie in so long. I've been watching The Simpsons.
What was the last movie you watched? And what was the last Simpson episode you watched?
The last Simpson episode was it was just last night too. I know I'm in like season 11 when it starts to get shitty. You know what I mean? Fuck no, I have no idea. I also don't know the last movie. I can't remember stuff that happened more than 12 hours ago.
I haven't seen a new movie in a while. I've rewatched movies. I rewatched Gladiator and The Sandlot not long a couple weeks
Bangers,
ago.
the two
bangers.
bookends of the 90s.
But yeah, I watched the Most Hated Man on the Internet. That's what I was going to say. The thing that got him was that he was hacking into people's phones and stealing their pictures, so they weren't even sent to anyone.
Yeah.
It was just like a picture a girl took of herself and then emailed to herself. So she'd have on her computer, and someone hacked. And a lot of the women whose pictures were up there, it wasn't revenge porn. It was just they hacked, and that was illegal.
Yeah,
That
it's crazy to me because he was kind of getting away with this loophole, and he's like, this is actually not exciting enough. I need to actually break the law.
Well, he wasn't doing the hacking. It was somebody else who was doing the hacking, and he would pay him for the photos.
Oh, well, that's if you're just paying someone to do something for you, that's
But then
fine.
it's like they were able to establish that he knew that he was hacking.
Yeah.
How? How could they have found out?
To email exchanges, I think. But
or he
yeah.
didn't, at the very least, he didn't do his due diligence.
Yeah,
Due
well, because
diligence.
the thing is, he would do interviews at the time. Like, the whole thing was, it was kind of like cool, edgy internet guy. He was DJing, and, like, he had this big fan base of kind of all the, like, craziest people in YouTube comment sections.
What
Probably
was his
all.
DJ name?
I don't remember. I think he was just DJ Hunter Moore.
Maybe
I mean,
DJ don't
most
believe women.
DJs, DJ don't believe
Don't
women.
believe that these women that I hacked into their email accounts.
Derek before.
Oh my God! Has it been Derek Gonzalez this whole time, friend of the show?
It was a white guy.
Ooh, okay, nice.
Well,
Go
I
one
mean,
for
what if
whiteys.
that's like the ultimate escape? Run away, like darken your skin.
Okay.
It's probably all the people who are now big Andrew Tate fans were Hunter
Now,
Moore
what is
fans.
okay? Now I'm fucking sorry. I'm an old ass man who fucking jerked off to images on a fucking sheet of paper at one time in my life. But who the fuck is this guy? Everyone's
Andrew
like,
Tate.
he's banned from fucking Minecraft. He's banned from Twitter.
He's
and
banned
it's like,
from everything.
yeah.
TikTok.
So it's like, who is this?
He's the top G.
Who is this guy? Please, Matt. You seem like the guy that you seem like our social media guru.
Yes.
You know who all these fucking. You're like, look at this fucking person. I'm like, all right, Matt. Who is this? And he's like, just turned 18, baby.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool, Matt. Congratulations. Who
That's
is
what
it?
social media
Yeah.
gurus do for you.
Yeah. It's like
a couple
Matt-
of social media
Matt-
gurus.
Matt-
Doing what
yeah.
social media gurus do.
He used to have like the Olsen twins countdown.
Yeah.
Like when they, I can't wait till these Olsen twins turn 18 and I
Yeah.
can fuck them. How wild is that? Now it's like a countdown until the Olsen twins can retire. How come we don't do that anymore?
Who is doing this countdown?
It was just
Till
like
they
on the
retire.
internet. You could like Google like when Hillary Duff was going to turn 18.
I mean, who's doing the when are
Countdown
they
until
gonna
they
retire?
retire.
Oh no, I'm just it's a riff.
Are we? No,
Bobby, on the podcast, we like to riff a little bit. We like to do bits on the podcast.
Joe not understanding I'm yes-anding his bit by telling me it's a bit is the most infuriating thing that's happened to me today.
Oh my god.
God damn it. How does Kelly do it?
Joe's like,
I was
people are doing this bit, and you're like, who's doing it? And he's like, nobody. Fuck it, I'm joking.
Yeah.
You're like, I know.
Oh, yeah, that was like a shot. The real Bobby came out there.
Yeah.
In a second.
I try to shove it down as
Damn.
much as I could.
Yeah.
There's a sleeping.
Only the devil himself can bring out the true Bobby Sheehan.
Yeah.
There's a sleeping giant
Yeah.
amongst us, dude. Man, I'm
So-
fucking pumped about we're gonna go out. We're gonna go do Comedy Fight Club. We have a whole evening to ourselves.
Yes.
I'm bringing my portable Steam Deck. I'm gonna be playing video games.
Nice.
I'll want you guys can watch me play a little Fallout 3.
Can I have a
Yeah.
turn?
No.
I'll
This one's
watch.
Bobby, I'm sorry, this is too good. I had to talk myself out of getting the new Xbox.
I thought you did get PlayStation and Xbox.
I got PlayStation, but no, that's an old Xbox.
Oh,
And I was thinking
okay.
about getting the next gen, but it's
Yeah.
like it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Man was not meant to know such carnal pleasure.
Mm.
Maybe I'll still get it. I don't know.
Speaking of man, so Andrew Tate.
Yes, please tell me, who is this fucking guy?
He's I don't know if he's like a podcast. Basically, he's an American who's like living in Romania. At one point, he was like raided for sex trafficking.
Yikes.
He's gotten really big online now because all these like clips of him doing interviews and podcasts.
Mercy.
It's basically like men's rights activist type stuff, or he's kind of like a self-help guy. And the stuff that's gotten the most views is the stuff that is about how men need to value themselves and sometimes you need to teach women a lesson. Like, he alludes to it being okay to hit women sometimes.
Hey, it's not.
But it's tough
Me.
because, like, his fans will always say he's never said that. It's out of context. But it's it's that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's the men's rights type Tucker like along the lines of like the Tucker Max, Neil Strauss, pickup artist type stuff.
Be careful where we're trending because, like, every time like we've criticized somebody like Brendan Schaub or Joe Rogan,
Right.
or in this case Andrew Tate, one person on the YouTube like mentions how ugly we are and how like we're nothing compared to them.
Right.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, Andrew Tate's also like a kickboxer who was a legitimate fighter for a while. I watched a lot of the clips. I mean, it's crazy.
You're
His
stronger
clips-
than him though, right, Matt?
No, he seems like a big dude.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We're in
Former
trouble.
MMA guy.
Yeah. But he I would watch his clips. Honestly, he's entertaining. He was on Tom Segura and Christina's podcast.
Krasinski?
They suffer fools, though.
Yeah, they like it's like I feel like that one. And look, your Mom's House fans don't, but it seems like they're not really trying to shine a light on the most talented of people, but rather look at this horribly retarded individual. That
Well,
is cursed
they had
with
him
life.
on, and there's a couple of points where he almost cracks a little, where it's like he knows a lot of this is a bit.
I think it's all.
He's kind of like he's not political really at all, but he's got a similar
You gotta
vibe.
ham it up.
He's a similar vibe to Alex Jones, where it's like he's entertaining, but he's saying stuff that people get really mad about. I'm more just like, I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's funny that someone's saying this shit.
It
you
is
don't
funny.
necessarily agree with it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He does.
Well, because the stuff that gets shared everywhere is like the craziest stuff he says, but some of it is just basic self-help stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, now he's like taken down for, I think there's like actual misogyny policy. That was the thing that he broke, and he's off of all these. He was never even on TikTok, but he's banned from TikTok.
Preemptively banned.
So many people, I saw so many clips of him on TikTok because people share his stuff. He's got like millions, I think it's like billions of like impressions or views or whatever the term is on like all these social media platforms. So he was like a big deal. And the thing is, it was really big, like teenage men. Teenage
boys.
Teenage man, listen
How
to
about-
Matt practicing for his trial.
More like teenage dirtbag baby.
Yeah, there you go. It was teenage boys that were like really into him. So the whole thing was like, this is badly influencing our youth. And but yeah, now he's banned from every platform, even ones that he wasn't on. But I don't know. I would watch the videos and I would look at it almost like an anthropologist, like, oh, there's people out there who think this way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't necessarily give a shit about him because
Fourth Mike is here,
Finnegan.
as
He's
Kelly is
avoiding-
trying to get him to go out for a walk.
Sorry,
knows
Kelly. The podcast is too entertaining.
Go on, Finn.
Finn wants to hang out. He's too scared.
Oh, you look so
Uh-oh.
sad.
He is
Finn,
sad.
we promise he
he
won't
wanted
hurt
to be
you.
on the. He wanted to weigh in on Andrew Tate and
Yeah.
freedom of speech.
Ooh, do you think Finnegan is a men's rights activist?
He is
Damn.
Well, I do
just like
feel
his
like
old man.
Oh.
I do feel like there is something to anytime there's let's ban these people who have this thing. Like, this is just a rehash of 10 years ago when Tucker Max was doing it. Anytime, like, and same thing with like Alex Jones. This is going to be a new conspiracy person, a new men's rights activist person. Like, until you actually, there's a reason why these people gain popularity. You got to like fix whatever that issue is. Just banning
scared.
people isn't going to this is going to be another one.
But that's like saying we shouldn't give people speeding tickets. We should address the culture in which people want to speed.
Well, you can give speeding tickets also. I don't think you should never. But I also think there's a difference between giving someone a speeding ticket and taking their license away forever.
Well, we do that if they have 3 or more DUIs.
Oh, uh-oh.
Sure, but banning someone from every social media platform, I think, is like an extreme thing to do. Taking someone's platform away to talk because they've said things that we don't like.
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't affect their freedom of speech from not doing that, though. TikTok's freedom of speech to not have someone on their platform.
Yeah,
I don't. Me, like the libertarian argument, should be on the side of TikTok making a decision that TikTok wants to make.
Freedom of speech of businesses and corporations. To me, I don't buy it when it's like, well, a corporation's freedom of speech allows them to stop a person from speaking. That's where you just get silencing people.
Well, yeah, but it seems authoritarian to be like, listen, if I'm like Jack Dorsey, for example, and you told me ban Andrew Tate from Twitter, I would. If I'm him, I wouldn't do that because I like the marketplace of ideas. But I also think the government shouldn't tell me that I can't do that.
Yes, but I also, on the same day, every time, same thing with Alex Jones, on the same day, 7 different of these platforms all ban him. It's not like they're all their individual little restaurants or little private businesses. They all work together and coordinate.
And
that's where it feels
like a keeping
authoritarian.
up with the Joneses thing where it's like, well, if Twitter says no more Andrew Tate and I'm TikTok, I'm like, well, I don't want the smoke.
Yeah. Well, there's also some of them are owned by the like Facebook and Instagram, same owners. Yeah. So it's not like sure, a restaurant doesn't have to let anybody in who they doesn't have to do a thing they don't want to.
Good.
But if
no
every
black people allowed at my restaurant.
But if every single restaurant in a city had the same 3 owners,
that would be great.
And then those 3 people decide something, I think that's a little bit different.
Sounds like a utopia.
But the only solution is for the U.S. government to tell Jack Dorsey he has to let Andrew Tate post on his website.
See, the great thing about being a podcaster is I don't have to think about that.
The great thing about being a podcaster is neither do I. I'm thinking about it for the first time right now.
I can actually just say, hey, this happened, and I think it's fucked up, and not have to think any further about it.
You're just sad your hero got taken down, Matt.
Yes,
I understand.
My hero, Andrew Tate. No, I just think that people, you can do that, but then people do that and then don't address the problems. They're like, we did it, it's over, and then 5 years later, the same problems happen. So even if, not even necessarily, definitely don't do that, but if you're going to do it, also address the problem.
Well, I don't know how do you address the problem of retardism?
There it is.
See, another great thing about being a podcaster is I actually get to make people more retarded.
There you go. Yeah. Because that's the big thing. Everyone's like, we have to fix education. I'm like, what does that mean? Fix education. Everybody that I went to high school with that's a teacher now.
What, so you don't think we need to fix education? This is how these arguments actually go. So I think we need to fix education. You get to go about your day feeling like you believe in the right things in the world. And if you were in charge, everything would be great. And then somebody asks you to explain it more, and you're like, I'll bet you're one of those fucking alt-right people who doesn't want to fix education.
Oh, they got my number. I don't care. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And there's a degree of like, yeah, I guess education should be better, but also like some people are going to be retarded.
Like who?
Do you want me to start naming races?
Yeah.
In order.
Yeah, every race from most retarded to least retarded. So this is the one time I will say white people at the very bottom, least retarded.
Oh, that's really brave of you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wait, what is the most retarded race?
No,
I think
we got to go deeper because there's specific whites. Italians
Matt
are at
just
the
threw
top.
a fucking fire blanket over this one to make sure it didn't spread.
I don't want to be grouped in with Italians is what I'm saying.
Well, Italians aren't white people, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. If they're out of it, all right, then we got
Italians are
going.
like some kind of they're almost like white-skinned black people in many ways.
Well, the Moors paid them a visit during whatever year that was.
The Hunter Moors?
The Hunter Moors. Who's Hunter Moore?
He's the most hated man on the internet.
Oh. Damn, dude. Is he in prison?
He's out now, but he served like 2.5 years.
Damn.
Damn, what a hero.
He definitely got the titties of like the daughter of a congressperson or something.
I mean, it's wild when you in the documentary they go over how many fans he had, how many female fans he had, how many people would do stuff on his website. There was one girl, her name was Butthole Girl.
Yikes.
Because she would put different things in her butt on video for the website.
Okay.
For him?
Yeah.
Aw.
Why?
He would he's like, hey, why don't you put your cell phone up your butt? And she did.
Why would? Damn. Just because he said so.
Did he call it? Did it vibrate? Ooh, I'm getting
That was
turned on right now.
that was the bit.
That's what
he
you
put
would
it in
do?
there and she put it in there and he called it and they recorded her
my
doing
God.
that.
Do you think any of our fans would do that for you, Bobby?
Maybe.
Fans, DM Robert. What's your phone number?
Did you just call me Robert?
Yeah.
My
Come on, you're so into the marketplace of ideas. Give out your phone number.
Yeah, come on, dude.
I do the whatever the fucking thing P. Diddy did, like, give me a call. And everyone was like so stupid. They were like, "Oh wow, we actually have P. Diddy's phone number."
Wait, what was this?
You know, so there's like it was I think Soldier Boy started it. The rapper Soldier Boy. He was like, "Here's my phone number," and then a lot of celebrities are doing it. And it's not actually their phone number. I'm gonna text Soldier Boy, and then your phone number is like on a list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen things where someone's like, text me at this number. They just like got another phone that's like their fan response phone. Yeah.
Yeah. That P. Diddy is not reading your texts.
Right.
He might read mine.
Yeah, but that's because they're death
P.
threats.
Diddy, I have evidence that can incriminate Jennifer Lopez. Get back to me immediately.
Okay.
Remember when they used to date and he brought like a gun to a club?
Yeah, dude. Even Puffy smoked a motherfucker up in the club.
Mm.
That was crazy.
Puffy.
It's weird when people fucking shoot inside of a. There's so many people inside, and then you're like, I'm just gonna throw a bullet, see what happens.
Why not? What would you do?
If you were in a club where gunshots went off.
You could find me in the club shooting my gun. And then
Joe's song about the Pulse nightclub shooting.
yeah. What was that one about?
Gay people.
Yeah, the Muslim
Good.
guy didn't like gay people. If you
What
could
else?
imagine.
Yeah, stop the presses. Completely reasonable religion has totally fucking rational thought.
Mm-hmm.
You hate Muslims,
No,
really?
sorry, Joe.
Mm.
I think some of them get a little too excited about that. You could like a book.
Yeah.
Just don't get too excited.
Bobby's
about
never gonna yes and again.
I'm traumatized, dude.
Also, you hate Muslims, right? No. Come on, be a comic. Yes, and the bit. Be a racist.
That's how I got kicked out of improv.
You force them to yes
It's
and.
like we need. It's like
We have to yes and everything. I don't like Joe being in my group.
it's like we need a location. Cross burning.
Or the way to recover, it's like, so you hate Muslims, right? Yes, and every other race. I'm just a terrible person. Did I recover? Am I okay?
So you're gonna start sucking my fucking dick, right, bitch?
Yes, and then I am not going to do that.
Damn, dude, improv fucking rocks, dude. This shit fucking rules.
That's the
man.
fucking instructor. He walks in. He's like, "Now, young lady, you're supposed to yes and Joe's bit. Why don't you go and yes and the bit?" And she's crying. Can I cry? Well, yeah. As long. Why are you crying?
Yes.
Let's do set and setting.
In-
Is it
yeah.
okay for me to cry? Yes, and
In the words of George Lopez, why you crying?
yeah.
Why you crying? Whatever happened? Remember that the Latin Mexican comedy explosion?
I don't know the "Why Are You Crying" reference.
Why you? I don't know.
Wasn't that the name of one of his specials?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
his mom was always like, "Why you crying?"
Yeah. Well, that's the
Why
thing
you
is there's a lot of the
crying?
like in Latino culture. There's a lot of the
Latinx.
machismo, Latinx,
Latinx.
machismo. Is we still say machismo or is it machismex?
That sounds like a cereal that's just Latin men's cum.
Yeah.
Oh, Bobbert! I love the way your dirty little mind
It
works.
was inside my head all day.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Machismo.
dude.
So they like Latinos. They're really into kind of like the men's rights. They're into like, yeah, why you crying? Don't cry.
Why
be
you
a man.
crying, man? Hey, man, why you crying?
Into toxic machismo, you could say is toxic masculinity.
You could, and dare I say I would.
Who else was in? You said there was the Latin comedy explosion. There was George Lopez.
Carlos Mencia.
Yes.
Wow, what an explosion.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Gabriel Iglesias, thank you.
You're fluffy. Dude, brain of an adult man that would think the fluffy bit is funny. I'm really curious about that.
What successful rich comedians do you actually hate?
Do I hate? I don't know if I hate. Well, Judd Apatow, but I covered that for arguably too long.
You
last
hate
episode.
Judd Apatow.
I really do hate him.
I think you would mind sticking your dick into one of his little daughters, though, huh?
I mean, just to show how much I hate him,
Yeah.
provided how old his daughters
Maud
are.
Apatow, watch out. Be careful.
Riff pending. I don't know how old their daughters are.
I think they're old enough
This
now.
riff is pending. Please
We have a
note.
countdown chart, actually.
Damn, we have underage girls on the mind.
Yeah.
She's just 16 years old. Those fucking early, like, 1960s songs that were all
Yeah.
about,
Oh.
like, banging a fucking 16.
There was a
15-year-old.
Winger song in the 80s. She's only 17.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm going to New York, 'cause in Connecticut it's 18.
Isn't it wild that the age of consent in New Jersey is 16?
Yeah.
That seems way too young. Matt, how do you feel about that, living in New Jersey with all these tight little girls?
Yeah, it's
do you
crazy
walk
that you moved there for that reason.
Yeah. Why do you think I moved? Yeah. Why do you think I moved there?
They're only just little ass girls. I'm excited about traveling, dude.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
We're doing.
We got a nice little hotel.
We're gonna be doing the podcast. I was told it is a venue next to a pool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to be hanging out outside of a pool. Our assistants bringing us drinks.
Yep. It's the Poconos Comedy Festival, so I don't know what my guess for what the age range of this audience will be is on the older side.
Hell yeah, dude. They're like, it's like radio, but I'm watching it?
Yeah.
What is this?
Are we going to do a live podcast in front of people or just like a podcast there?
A live podcast. In front of
mercy.
People. Yeah.
Locker Room
First
Talks
live
first ever live
Now
podcast.
we're going to put that on the Patreon, I understand.
I believe so, because it's this weekend when we normally record Patreon.
And I'm going to...
Also, there is a Texas Roadhouse not far from where
Oh,
we're
hell
staying.
yeah, dude. We're going to fucking Texas. You ever been?
Years ago.
They have the fucking rolls.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to go on record. I may have already been on record as saying this. It's better than the biscuits at Red Lobster. That's how good they are.
Controversial.
I can't
We are a
wait.
controversial podcast. What about Olive Garden breadsticks or Texas Roadhouse buns?
Listen, the Times Square Olive Garden are on notice.
Why is that?
I mean, we went there and I was like uncomfortable with how uncleanly it was. And I record inside Joe's apartment.
I think would that be the top 3 appetizers of chain restaurants? Olive Garden breadsticks, Red Lobster cheddar biscuits, Texas Roadhouse rolls. Is there anything else in the top 3?
Is there a fourth?
Yeah. Or is there one that knocks one of those out of the top 3?
I'm trying to think of other bread-based chain restaurants.
Or the one, like, I feel like Applebee's, Buffalo Wild Wings, they don't really have like that iconic appetizer.
Which, excuse me. I listen. I had my Diet Coke, but it was a little earlier than I usually drink it on the way here.
Yeah.
But I messed up and I drank it a little.
Well, let's
early.
start a little controversy and make a ranking. I think Texas Roadhouse rolls. Are we gonna put them number 1?
They're at least above the biscuits at Red Lobster, and I love the biscuits at Red Lobster.
So then it's between Olive Garden breadsticks and Texas Roadhouse rolls. I think I still got to go Olive Garden breadsticks.
Breadsticks I'm not excited about.
Why not?
The Olive Garden breadsticks, though, that's top tier.
Yeah, it's number 3 to the previous 2 things we mentioned. for
Really?
sure.
It's below cheddar biscuits.
It absolutely is.
And below Texas Roadhouse rolls.
yes.
Texas Roadhouse rolls number 1.
Number 1.
Number 2, Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. Number 3, Olive Garden breadsticks. You agree with that, Joe? If you agree,
No way.
I'll go on because we're a team.
I haven't had Roadhouse in so long that I
okay.
can't put them on an official ranking.
So that's what it is for now, and we will
Yeah.
revisit after this
I would
weekend.
say Olive Garden breadsticks would be number 1 because I feel like you can have
Yeah.
a higher volume of them.
Yeah.
Whereas like with the cheddar biscuits, after I would say after 2 or 3,
Yeah.
you start to feel bad. But you could make an entire meal out of the breadstick because it's
You could dip the
consistent.
breadstick in
Yeah.
the soup.
Oh yeah, soup.
Yeah.
I love that marinara sauce. My
Yeah.
God, I wish we could go to Olive Garden.
Well, this is the clip that we're going to be putting out just because it would be very nice for. I mean, I'm sure the comments will be. People will be very upset, one way or another.
One way
Or
or
another.
another. We're getting death threats, and then we're sucking men's penises. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Was Joe just trying to get us all to go to Olive Garden after the podcast because we
I mean,
didn't
I
want to
guess
get
we-
dinner with him?
I guess we
you're
could.
You're a night eater guy.
Oh, I love. Yeah, I'm a
That's-
European.
That's yeah. Yeah. Do you drink wine
Yeah,
with dinner?
I'm a gourmand.
A gourmand. Okay. You're wearing all types of rings. Okay.
I live my best life.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're doing the show tomorrow, which by the time you've seen this, we'll have done a show, and it was fantastic. We all did great. We can get dinner after the show tomorrow.
It's happening.
yes, we should
Yeah.
do that because I'm going to be all like hyped up and excited.
Yeah.
Plus, Joe will finally go to dinner with me after a Tiny Cupboard show.
Which has always been Bobby's dream since he
always-
started doing
It's
comedy.
always- before I even knew who you were.
Yeah.
I was like, I know there's a man from the Bay Area.
I just want. Ever since I was a young man, I always wanted to have dinner after performing at the.
I would look at a
Tiny Cupboard.
moon, and I would imagine that you were looking at that same moon.
Maybe
And I was like, there's a fancy man out there that eats night dinners like a European.
at 9 p.m.
9 p.m. That was real stressful to me, even as a little child, when I went with my family to Spain.
Yeah.
Because I have extended family in Spain.
Yikes!
You do.
And yes, they're not
So there's a
blood
little-
related to me, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna
Oh,
say like
okay.
there's a little color in your fucking.
Nope,
palate.
I'm all Irish, baby.
So how is there just one common ancestor far enough back?
My uncle married a woman from Spain.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
Yummy.
So we all went there one time to see my cousin be christened.
Okay.
And they eat dinner at maybe their earliest 9 p.m.
Really?
Yeah, which is like, that's when I brush my teeth.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Assuming I'm not out at the cellar,
Yeah.
you know? But that's when they start.
What time do they go to bed?
Like midnight, but they also like take a nap at 2 p.m. or
A
something.
siesta.
A siesta.
Right.
Yeah. They also don't cut the heads off the shrimps. You got to do it yourself, and then you could suck their brains.
Does everyone get to take a nap?
Yeah, as long as
When is it? Like during work?
yeah, they take us. Yeah, it's. I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it's somewhere between lunch and the end of the business day.
That's the perfect time to take a fucking.
You
nap.
have
take a
like
nap,
is
yeah.
it like 2 hours? How long is it?
I don't know.
Is it a cat nap or a gato nap?
If I could, dude, I would
that
just.
all this was? Is that all this was for?
No.
I'd see if I could just leave work early instead of taking a nap.
Right?
Mm.
Or probably if you're probably like an asshole if you work through the siesta. Everyone else treats you like a fucking scab.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
like,
kind of
oh,
are.
okay, someone doesn't want to siesta. Like someone like me, like I don't like naps.
I
Really?
still take that time,
Yeah.
or play video games.
Yeah. You don't. Maybe you don't have to nap in your siesta. Maybe, I would jack off during my siesta.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah!
Yeah.
I would much rather
A semenesta.
I'd much rather just sleep till like 9 or 10 and then not take a nap all day than wake up at 7, go into work, and then take a nap later.
Yeah.
But if I do wake up if I do have like an early wake up,
Yeah.
a nap is awesome.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't fuck with them.
You don't fuck with naps?
No, and a lot of the times, like I'll take one like out of necessity, like just because I'm like I cannot stay awake any longer. But
Yeah.
then when I wake up, I don't feel better. I feel worse.
Really?
No.
Yeah, some people are like that. I don't know why.
Oh mercy me!
Also, I usually have my contacts in.
Really?
My eyes are all. If I'm lying, I'm crying. I ain't shed a tear.
Dry as a bone. He's right.
Can I give this a try? I want to see.
Yeah.
If you want to rub your mic on Joe's face.
This is visual, folks. You're gonna want to go to the YouTube channel to see what's happening. You know, it doesn't really do anything for me, but
Oh,
I don't want to
bummer,
kink
dude.
shame you.
Yeah. Well.
Looks
Yeah.
like you were giving him the cross on his face.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's Ash Wednesday.
You ever been baptized?
Yeah, when I was a fucking baby, the way you're supposed to. Not since, and I've since renounced Christ as my savior.
There's a comic in New York. He's like new, and he has.
Uh oh, sounds like a faggot.
Joe, this
Sorry.
isn't-
Oh fuck.
This isn't the Patreon.
Uh oh. Well, at least I didn't say my patented catchphrase. Anyway, go
yes,
on.
Anyway.
Young faggot in the New York comedy scene.
Yeah.
What's his name?
So this YF.
What's his name?
I don't remember, but he has this bit about he got circumcised as an adult. So he says, I got circumcised by adult. as an adult, by an adult. Obviously, it was also by an adult. And he like skims over that, and then the crux of the bit is he got arrested, and the cop like didn't realize that he had just been circumcised, so he's like pushing down on his back, going, "Stop resisting." Yeah. So it's the way he tells it, it's very funny. But I've seen him do it multiple times. Every time he glosses over getting circumcised as an adult.
Because he's a YF.
Because he's a YF, dude.
Yeah.
But isn't
That's
that
crazy.
fascinating?
That's wild.
Because I remember one time at a mic, someone was like, "Why did you get circumcised as an adult?" He's like, "Don't worry about it." So anyway, I'm like, "Why would?" Okay,
Because it's clearly a fucking made up bit and it's not real.
Do you think that's what it is?
Fuck yeah, dude. Of course, he just thinks it's a funny fucking visual. Now, what I will say is, like, if I had to get circumcised as an adult, I'd have a traditional Jewish circumcision, where the rabbi has to suck my dick, and I'd be like, "Yeah, suck it, bitch." He's like, "Damn, it's not very common for a penis to be so large right now during this procedure, but the rules are rules, And he's just fucking sucking my cock.
That rabbi sounds like an OF.
Yeah.
do you think he has to blow you to completion?
He will.
He will.
I do that thing where I hold on to his fucking side curls while he's sucking my dick.
You would rape him.
No, because
He's like, I do that thing where I force him to suck my dick.
No,
what does Gen Z call it?
what do
What's
those
the term?
fucking kids call those gender fluid weirdos? What does that fucked up little generation call it? Rape?
The lost generation.
They are lost, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever pulled a gun on someone?
Can you imagine if we've been friends for this long and I'd never mentioned it?
Every time.
I was
Who
like-
knows, dude? I'm learning all these new things about you, Bobbert.
What else have we learned about Bobby? Well, we learned he
He's
had a
prone
one-night
to-
stand.
With a gender fluid person.
Right.
He's prone to rage if you don't follow his rules of improv.
Right, that's true.
He's like J.K. Simmons, only instead of drumming, it's about fucking improv.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yes, and. What else? What else do we know about Bobby?
My dad got robbed at gunpoint.
No, he didn't. He just made that up.
All right.
Because he was like,
Dad,
oh,
I'm
yeah,
real
that's why
disappointed
you
in
couldn't get a birthday present. His dad was robbed at gunpoint. Yeah, robbed at gunpoint at the liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah. They took all my money and just left me with a bottle of Jack Daniels. Sorry, Bobo. I couldn't get you that bike you wanted.
When did this
that
happen?
what happened?
How long ago?
It was before I was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Once you were born, he started using you as defense.
Yeah.
And he never
Don't
happened
shoot.
again.
I have a son. Shoot him instead.
Just hiding behind you like
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
fucking bulletproof vest. So what happened, Bobby?
So my dad used to. Well, he works at a supermarket, and at the time, before they had armored trucks bring cash from the supermarket to a bank, they would just have a guy that worked at the store do it. And my dad almost has like not a hazing thing, but he was like new to management, and they were like, all right, the new guy brings the money to the bank.
Right.
And then so there was just a guy that, like, I guess cased the drop box by the bank for long enough to know that the guy from A&P comes at this time. So my dad gets out of the car because he was a passenger, because someone else was driving. My dad gets out of the passenger side door of the car, walks over like the few feet, and this guy comes out with a gun and says, "Give me the money," and then get on the ground. And instead, my dad dropped the money and ran back into the car, and he was safe.
Man, if I was like your dad, I would have been like fucking coordinating with my friend to be like, hey, they're going to drop me off at this time. You come out with a gun.
Right.
Take the money and we split it 50-50.
Well, I'm only telling you the version that my dad told me.
Yeah, I bet that's what actually happened with your dad. I bet he wasn't actually robbed. I bet he probably coordinated that heist with his friend. Maybe even killed his friend to keep the money 100%.
It's possible.
Yeah, I believe it.
I think he's
Only a
capable of
Sheehan.
anything.
Yeah.
My dad is so he's like a little taller than me, but he has like a commanding masculine presence
Uh-oh.
that somehow skips a generation.
Do you like your dad?
Oh, I love my dad.
Really? Is he
Yep.
soft with you?
Is he soft with
Or
me?
is he like, hey, you need
Strict.
to do this? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were fucking making a getting molested joke.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Bobby.
Building up
We're
to
getting
that.
there.
No, come on. Joe would never.
That's not that. I don't roll that way.
Right.
My dad
Goes
has
against
hit
my
me
code.
twice.
Wow. Only
what?
twice?
He hit
How many
you
times
twice?
has your dad hit you, Matt?
I was like spanked like on the butt, not like beaten ever.
How often were you spanked, though?
Every once in a while, like there's nothing traumatizing. I don't
Damn.
remember any. I don't have any memories of like I can't believe he did that. So it was probably more than twice. It was kind of just I don't know. If I was bad, I would get spanked. My dad told me that they would spank me and I would say that didn't hurt and challenge them to do it harder.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
You're like, I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, basically.
I
Do you
haven't
remember the
said my
2 times
safe
your
word,
dad
Daddy.
hit you, Robert?
Yeah, the first was this is gonna make me sound retarded, but I tried to touch fire.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so I was like 3 or 4 or
Yeah.
something. I actually don't even remember this. My mom told it to me when I was older, but I apparently tried to reach for fire, and my dad like swatted my hand out of the way, but like with anger, kind of to be like, don't touch, not just to swat my head, but to be like, don't touch fire ever, you
Yeah.
moron.
Yeah, I think my
Which
thing
I think is fine.
Yeah, my thing was I used to try and like run out into the street.
Yeah.
And my dad had hit me over that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the things that I can think of that I was hit for. I think a lot of the problem isn't just hitting your kids. It's hitting your kids for things they shouldn't be hit for.
Yeah.
But
Well,
when
also,
kids get
my
when
dad,
kids get hit for being retarded, you're kind
Yeah.
of like, yeah, you probably taught them something
but
with
my
that.
dad also was like, I'll never hit my kids, but then did it twice.
Okay.
What was
Whereas,
the other
like,
time?
This one I'm a little embarrassed about.
Well, that's all the more reason to say it.
I think I was young. I was like middle school age, and my friend, we were playing basketball. It was like a whole bunch of us outside of my house playing basketball. We had a basketball hoop, and my friend, like a running joke was like, Bobby's not very coordinated. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he passed me the ball. But like too hard, like he
no.
knew I wasn't gonna get it, and it hit me in the face. And everybody laughed at me, so I went over to punch him, and my dad stopped me, and then like hit me in the back of the head. So I think the 2 scenarios, I almost touched fire and I almost hit somebody, are like 2 acceptable reasons to hit someone.
Damn, that's it, dude. My dad beat the shit out of me, dude.
Really?
That's wild. Yeah.
Did you get hit? Yeah.
Yeah, all the time, dude. He would hit me with his belt too. And he would do that thing where he'd
Your
like,
dad is an army dude,
yeah,
for
he would-
real, not in the way that you are, Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's that. Yeah, my dad. That's why I hate the fucking U.S. military.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, bunch of fucking child beaters and men that couldn't hold a marriage together, fucking
Yeah.
defending our freedom.
Really?
Fuck
what
that.
What was the kind of stuff you get hit for? Like
Fucking mouthing off, hitting my sister, shitting my pants. The usual.
Shitting your pants, that's
Yeah.
bad. Unless
Yeah.
you were doing it intentionally.
I couldn't help it, dude. I was just too afraid to use the bathroom. So I was
Wait,
like,
you were too afraid to use a bathroom?
yeah. Well, like not like a home bathroom, but like a public bathroom.
Oh, you were afraid to
Yeah.
poop in
Oh,
public?
I get that. It's
Yeah.
like a germ thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's
when
like it's
you're a
fucking
kid.
disgusting. Like this disgusting, and like little kids would just shit on it. So I'd like just try to hold it in until I would go home, but I
Yeah.
usually just shit myself.
That I think now that I have this new information, it's pretty crazy how well you turned out.
Isn't that wild? I'm
That's
like,
like
a
some
little-
serial killer origin story shit.
Yeah.
I shit my pants and my dad beat me.
He's just a fucking drunk. What can
Yeah.
you do?
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Ah.
What can you do?
Yeah.
That's
Were you
why
at-
I just smoke a healthy amount of marijuana every waking minute of my
Were
life.
you ever close with your Are you close with your dad at all?
I mean, like he's all right.
Yeah.
But like I'm not like buddy. Like we go to like baseball games and shit now, but he lives in Tennessee. I'm not gonna like take care of him when he's old. I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
That's for damn
Are
sure.
you going to go
dude.
beat him when he shits his pants?
Circle of life.
Maybe wouldn't that be fucking the
Yeah.
perfect revenge? I just fucking beat the shit out of him. And like one of those crappy retirement homes that
Yeah.
they show on 2020
Yeah.
with
Yep.
like cockroaches and
Yeah.
orderlies that are just like doing drugs.
Joe's the only one when he did a walkthrough. He was like, "Can you make this worse?"
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't see enough piss stains on the floor.
Would you? Why would you hit your sister? What'd she do to deserve
He never hit
that?
my sister.
No, you did. You said.
Oh, I hit my because I fucking hated her.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
I
older,
fucking-
right?
No, she's younger.
Younger sister.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you hated her.
Yeah, dude, I
Are you
hated
guys
her.
close now?
Nah,
no.
really.
Do you still hate her? Would
Uh,
you hit
no.
her? If she were here right now, would you hit her?
No.
Joe said he's close with his stepdad.
Yeah.
I know this. I have inside intel because I did a roast battle with Joe in which we exchanged information about ourselves.
That's right.
And honestly, between that and you spilling your guts out about your biological father on the free episode, the fans are really getting their money's worth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel.
Well, how old were you when your stepdad came in?
I was about like 10, 11.
Did he ever hit you?
Nah.
No.
He like smacked me on the back of the head like Robbo's dad, but
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. I was kind of mouthing off.
See,
so.
that's very funny to me. I consider that like I remember that.
That's so weird. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I guess he did that, but it was
Well,
never like.
it's not like, oh, I'm trauma. I was like, I feel even describing it, I feel shame about that.
Why?
Because I almost like assaulted another person. You know
So
what
I
mean?
beat the fucking shit out of people, dude.
Yeah, they were.
You
try-
never got
they were
near
making a fool of you.
If anything, you're
right.
supposed to fucking get into fights when you're that age to figure out. It's like, okay, well, that's not the best use of my time.
not
It's like it's almost worse now because like I see it. I saw it earlier in this podcast, Robert. You have a murderous rage within yourself. There's like an
Yeah.
anger that's right underneath the surface, and it's like so fun. It's like coming to because you never got that aggression out, and so it's right there.
I remember one year in summer camp, there were some kids who were like making fun of me, and I like told my dad about. It was just one summer. I went to the same camp, but one year for some reason, people who I was friends with other years just picked on me one year, and I remember telling my dad about it at the end of the
Did
summer.
you not
Finally,
like that?
yeah,
Did you not like that when they picked on you?
at the end of the summer.
Did they call
finally,
you Lispy?
No, they called me Mowin.
oh, that's
that's
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Damn,
Matt's childhood bullies come on to the podcast.
We replaced Matt with his two childhood bullies.
Yeah, it was a good bit. But I remember at the end of the summer finally telling my dad, like, this summer actually sucked. I didn't like it this year. And I told him what they were doing. There was still like 2 days left to camp. My dad's like, don't tell your mom I said this, but camp's almost over. If they do it again, just punch them. My dad told me to do that.
I feel like
old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you kind of need to get that aggression out of your system at the young age.
Yeah.
There are consequences, but it's not as severe.
Yeah,
it's not like you could like.
yeah.
It's so funny because like you fucking punch a kid in the head and like they go down. Like when you're a kid,
Yeah.
you punch another kid and like they fall down and like they'll get back up and go on with life. As an adult, you fucking hit another adult, maybe they fall down and like they're dead.
Yeah.
and like you're in jail. Like there's people that have like wound up in jail
Yeah.
as adults.
Well,
There's
Actually,
a
yeah,
documentary about that.
Yeah.
Called One Lucky Punch.
Eventually,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, not lucky for them, but man, I would be fucking great for me because I would love to kill somebody. Fuck, dude. I wish every punch I landed was like
A
had
death
100
blow.
a 100% death rate, dude.
I'm imagining the producers for that show like interviewing you in prison, but they get frustrated by the fact that you're just like smiling and enjoying it the whole time. You're like, he died right away.
Yeah,
I didn't even do it on purpose.
Dude,
He's
that
fucking
was
dead.
so cool.
Yeah, I fucking kill somebody. You want to have sex, hot producer woman? You want to fuck me?
I wonder how like the punch. I wonder if it was like a Superman punch where it was like up in the air
Yeah.
and like fucking. Like
Yeah,
brought
what
down
was
and
the
spin.
story about? A guy punched someone and
I-
then they like fell and hit their head or something like
Yeah,
that?
I didn't actually watch the documentary, but my understanding is that that's basically all. It's people that accidentally killed somebody and it like ruined their life, either like criminally or civilly.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
I
Even
would
if you're
like-
not
yeah.
like even if you like get found not guilty, if there's like a over 50% chance it was your fault, you're just gonna be like poor for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind accidentally killing somebody, but I would not want to get caught.
Then why not just do it on purpose if you're not going to get caught?
Because like I wouldn't be like I wouldn't like let that guilt like oh god I took a lot I
Right.
wouldn't I get on I'm like well que sera, but I don't want to get fucking caught. Like if I like say like like
the Matthew Broderick.
yeah I do a
Yeah.
fucking Matthew Broderick where it's like he still looks like a little kid. Give him a break.
That was
Yeah.
in Northern Ireland anyway. Everybody was drunk.
Yeah.
It wasn't just him.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
He swears
wild.
he wasn't drunk. He's like, oh, I don't remember. Like he had a seizure or whatever. But come on.
He had a seizure, all right.
Yeah, an alcohol-induced seizure.
He doesn't remember because he was hammered.
Yeah. Your Honor, how am I supposed to drive a car when I was clearly drunk?
There you go.
Sue the bartender that served me, that
Yeah.
overserved me.
Mm.
That's what happened in the good old US of A.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you kill someone in self-defense and you don't like immediately call the police, it makes you look guilty as shit. So
Really?
I think your fantasy might not work out.
I wouldn't.
What if you drive? What if you drive a woman off a bridge in Chappaquiddick and don't call the police?
Oh, like
immediately?
Robert Kennedy
Ted
or
Kennedy.
Ted Kennedy.
Yeah.
Man, what those Kennedy boys, man, they got some demons in their closet. They were all bootleggers at one point, weren't they?
The like Joe Kennedy, the patriarch of the Kennedy family, he was like a like connected guy I don't know if it was mafia or mob, but he was like within criminal activity, and he basically like kind of was like a criminal his whole life so he could have this family of kids that could dominate the world. He kind of was like, I'm going to be the bad one and do all the dirty stuff so you all don't have to. and then just had this like family of extremely powerful people.
They're still powerful too.
Yeah.
Except for that daughter that got lobotomized.
And there was the JFK Jr. who crashed a plane.
Yeah, dude, what's with them in planes, man?
I think it's just like, and then like, what was it? Robert Kennedy got shot.
Robert
By
Kennedy and
Sirhan.
Yes.
The man's so nice they named him twice.
Oh,
JFK was shot, and then there's Ted Kennedy. Nothing happened to him, but if you dated him,
he was a fucking raging drunk, right?
I don't know.
That's cool.
he's Irish.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's cool.
Then JFK Jr. plane crash, and then
RFK Jr. knows the truth about Dr. Fauci.
RFK Jr.
So it worked out for one person.
Didn't he say
conspiracy
that?
theorist.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So they're kind of dwindling down.
On so Rogan loves RFK Jr. rather, because of he dabbles in conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And he's talking about them, and at one point he refers to Bobby Kennedy as RFK Jr.'s dad.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so funny that in
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's world, it's like, the guy that exposed Dr. Fauci, his dad was
Yeah.
actually a senator.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Robert Kennedy, if he wasn't shot, he probably would have been president.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he would have. That's an alternative history. I'd like to see what the world ends up like, because he was very ahead of his time. He would have been. I'd be curious to see what would have happened after.
How was he
RFK
ahead of his
presidency.
time? Did he believe that trans people were people?
I mean, he was kind of like Bernie Sanders of the '60s,
How so?
and that the progressive, the kind of populist progressive type. He was sketching the civil rights bill and talking about civil rights before it was passed. He was yeah, I'm trying to think of some other. There was just
he was also a law and order guy, though.
Yes, yeah,
And he loved Israel, which got him killed.
that is what it
That's
was.
why Sirhan killed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Riri.
Riri.
Oh wow.
If I'm Ryan,
Yeah.
I'm crying.
I think he was a universal health care guy too in the '60s.
As
so
was
was
Nixon,
Nixon.
though,
Yeah.
That was before Ronald Reagan came in and was like, "Hey guys, all that shit is gay."
Yeah.
And then we were like so excited about Madonna. We were like, "Yes,
Yeah.
sir."
But
Oh,
yeah,
someone's calling you.
RFK.
Oh, sorry, something happened.
What's wrong?
No.
For a second,
no,
I was
just-
like, maybe it's mom's.
maybe
Matt's
it's
mom.
time for Matt's mom's movie minute.
You don't want to miss a minute.
But yeah, no, RFK, he was like a lot of stuff he was talking about in the '60s. Is some of it is just stuff now that we've had for 30 years, so we don't
Yeah.
think about. But yeah, he was very progressive for his time. So it would have been interesting to see that. Would we be further along now?
Nope. Because it
You
always
don't
swings
think so?
back, dude.
Yeah. Well, certain things swing back.
Everything swings back. We're gonna have slavery again real soon.
Real
Watch
soon.
out.
Do you have inside information?
I
on this?
do.
Yeah.
Donald Trump contact me. I have immediate information that could reinstate slavery.
Have you been Q this whole time?
I am.
That's crazy.
Isn't that cool?
I always knew it was a Japanese guy, but I didn't know it was you.
Cool.
Cool.
A coup. A coup.
A
A
coup.
coup. A coup.
Ooh.
High Q.
Ooh.
We
Q
stumbled
this
on
whole
something
time.
there.
Yeah, I think we're onto
RFK
it.
was also like
Careful.
RFK Jr. If you're listening, I love you and I love your book. But that should cover all my bases.
Yeah.
But he was like, there's all these people saying like, oh, maybe JFK got help from the mafia to get her elected.
Yeah.
And then JFK makes RFK his attorney general, and then RFK is like, I'm gonna take down the mafia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty crazy to be like, yeah, I'll bite the head that feeds. They're bad guys.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. RFK seemed like the good guy, the guy in the Kennedys who was like, "No, I want to actually do the right thing."
He also stopped a riot. I want to say in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Because he was giving he was supposed to give a speech that night that Martin Luther King was killed,
yeah.
allegedly, and
Martin Luther King was killed allegedly. He might be hiding out in Argentina.
Yep. With Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Martin Luther King and 130-year-old Adolf Hitler are still hanging out together.
Yeah. So he gave a speech, RFK, that you could hear him in the background. He says, "Do they know about Dr. King yet?" and then he goes up, and people aren't checking Twitter or whatever, so he's been dead for hours, but they don't know.
Yeah.
They wouldn't otherwise know until the paper came out the next
Right.
day. So they're all waiting for his RFK speech, and then he gives this beautiful speech about racism in America, and then mentions that MLK died, and then there's this big emotional reaction for everybody. But then he continues talking, he gets real empathetic with them, and he's like, it is a crowd of mostly black people, and he says
So they were like, oh, no, they shot the king. Oh, Lord, no. Oh, God, Jesus, help us. They done killed him. They killed Martin. Where's Martin? All right, I'm done. Go on with your little history lesson. There's no way they were chill about it. A fucking predominantly black audience finding out Black Jesus was killed.
Yeah.
They'd be freaking out.
That's why I brought it up, because it was one of the major cities in America that didn't see riots because RFK gave a beautiful speech.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, white guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing now.
If only there were more white men speaking in these black neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, the black people didn't know how to process their anger without a white person, so they started rioting. But the one town where a white guy was able to talk was able to almost calm them.
There wasn't a riot in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yet there was when the Twins won,
That's true. That's true.
Indianapolis.
or whatever they are.
Twins are from Minnesota.
I don't know enough about sport. I didn't even catch it.
I know. I figured Matt was gonna fucking correct
Minneapolis. There you go.
it. There it is.
The Twins. The Twins won the World Series in the 80s and then the early 90s, and never before and never since.
Shout
what
out to a
happened?
real one, dude.
Yeah. Indianapolis has the Colts, and they won a Super Bowl in 2006.
Mercy me.
Yeah. Big year for Indianapolis.
Damn.
They don't have any other pro sports teams. It's all college sports there.
Ooh.
University of Indiana's big. Hoosiers, big movie.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always interested in the towns that, when I was in San Antonio, it's all they have there is the Spurs.
The Bone
there's
Spurs?
The San Antonio
The
Spurs.
San Antonio Bone Spurs?
Yes,
They
San
can't be
Antonio
drafted?
Bone Spurs.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I don't even think there's a big college team near there. But I think high school football is just so big there. But yeah, I'm always, because I just lived in New York, I'm you just have every sport. I've always been curious to be somewhere where it's, what would it be like if one or two or three of them are missing? Or when I was watching Yellowstone, and their sport they go out to is the rodeo. Yeah, I'm
That's so wild.
I think there's one episode where they watch the University of Montana football team.
Now, Bobby, there's no way you're gonna watch this show, right?
Yellowstone.
no.
All right. So we're all caught up on Yellowstone. now.
Yes.
I remember. So one time Kelly and I were trying to watch the. I think it was the season 3 finale, season 4 start.
Yeah.
Where everyone's taking a hit on the Duttons and everyone's being attacked. I was watching that and I was fucking tripping balls. But as I was watching it, I could just see the acting and the way it was unfolding. I'm like, damn, this is like a Telemundo soap opera.
Yeah.
But in English. And I've been trying to get back into it ever since that.
Yeah.
But I've had a really tough time being oh, this is like a soap opera. Because it's super dramatic. People are always we're going to deal with this my way.
Yeah.
And it's wait a minute. It's so funny. Everyone's Wild West and now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of everything. Is every drama is just you could just be oh, it's kind of a soap opera, but they're
Yeah.
just doing a Western soap opera. Pro wrestling is a soap opera. All these different things are
Pro
just
wrestling
soap
is
operas.
real. There's a huge difference, dude. That shit's actually happening.
Right.
Hey, speaking of pro wrestling, have you seen that Sasha Banks is back in the spotlight and looking tasty?
I did not. What's she doing?
She's just fucking showing off her body.
Oh, she's just posting pictures.
Getting men like me all
Yeah.
fucking fired up and hot under the collar.
There's rumors she may come back because she left, and Vince McMahon is out of power now. Triple H is in charge, and a few people who were previously gone have now started coming back to WWE now that Triple H is in charge.
Do you think CM Punk is going to come back?
I don't know. There's rumors that he's unhappy in AEW, but that's
He's going to
also
be unhappy anywhere because he seems like a
You think so?
genuinely unhappy guy.
Maybe.
Do you think he's the god he says he is? Do you think you could take him?
No, because he actually did have MMA training. Even though he lost to actual UFC fighters, I think he would still beat a non-UFC fighter.
What about you, Matt?
I think he would beat me up.
I
yeah.
bet you could take him.
You think
CM
you think I
Punk,
can take him?
we're calling you out.
Matt, you got to believe in yourself the way that Joe believes in you.
Five
Yeah.
5-minute rounds with the terror, Matt Maran, dude. if you win, Matt Maran will leave locker room talk forever, and you can take his place. But if Matt Maran beats you, you have to get him signed to AEW.
So I think if Matt fights a former MMA fighter, he definitely will not be in locker room talk anymore.
he'll be on The Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you think you would leave locker room talk to do Fighter and the Kid, huh?
I don't know.
That was
Am I being the third, or am I replacing one of them?
Who do you think you would replace?
So if I replace Schaub, it's a show with 2 rapists, and if I replace Callan, it's a show with 2 unlikable people.
Matt, we like you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, the answer is yes, by the way.
I mean, one of the stipulations in our contract
Right.
is that we can drop the other 2 like a hat if success finds us.
Right. Yeah.
Or if one of us goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Or
remember
if-
that clause. What was it called?
I believe it's the Dune clause.
Okay.
Also, if one of us gets like if one of us has like the potential to get signed to a major network or any kind of Hollywood, we have the right to remove ourselves from the podcast, any mention of ourselves, and scrub all social media.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah.
If we had to, like if Matt got signed to like ESPN, we would get rid of this fucking podcast.
Well, we would just edit him out so it looks like you and I are talking to each other, and every once in a while there's some unexplained gaps.
We'd go through it and we'd blur Matt's face and
Yeah.
roboticize his voice to
Yeah.
hide his
They're like, oh,
identity.
this must be another comedian that doesn't wear sleeves in New York that
Yeah.
hosts a roast battle show every weekend.
Right.
And
Yeah.
used to be a professional wrestler
Mm.
and is friends with Bobby Sheehan.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I'm taking you to ESPN with me, boys.
Do you think if you get like your SNL job back, you'll have to do that too?
No. I have a stipulation. If you could
Then
sexually
again-
assault one woman on SNL, who would it be?
Ooh,
Pete Davidson,
Nice.
got his ass. There's that one woman with the big titties.
Yeah.
Keenan Thompson,
I think he means Andy Bryant.
Bobby Moynihan, 80 Bryant, right?
I don't know, dude. I don't fucking watch that shit.
Yeah.
I don't watch that fucking horse shit, dude.
I-
I watch real sketch comedy like Key and Peele.
There you go. That was
Gillian
like,
Keeves.
That was like Comedy Central's like last good show, I think.
Isn't that wild? And like I had a hard time getting into it because like, oh, this is just trying to replace Chappelle's show.
And it was.
It was, but they kind of made it their own thing.
They had
Yeah.
some good stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
lo-
funny.
it was Inside Amy Schumer was in between. Was like before Key and Peele, and
Around
I would
the same
watch.
time though.
I would watch that because there would be like comics who I knew in sketches.
Like Big J, your dear friend.
Yeah, yeah. There was the one where Amy Schumer interrupted Brendan Sagalow.
That was a great episode.
That actually happened.
Yeah.
Do you think if Amy Schumer interrupted you, would you interrupt her life with your switchblade?
Thought-provoking questions.
Yeah.
from
Remember when
world-leading
Matt
journalist Joe Gorman.
Remember when Matt showed us his switchblade and he was like, "This is my female comedy killer switchblade."
I'd cut out the
Yeah.
clitorises off of the girls.
I say like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, do you need me to walk you back to your car to make sure you get saved?" Hey, you're like, "Hey, there's a lot of creeps in this area. You want me to walk you back? Just make sure you get back to the path train."
Yeah.
All right. And then you say, "Hey, bitch, here's the real headliner of the fucking show." And he fucking, before he fucking like stabs him, he fucking carves an M into them for
Ooh.
marinade.
For marinade, huh?
Yes.
His true Italian last name.
Right. That's why I hate Italians so much. I'm trying to hide my true identity.
To be a guy that carries around a switchblade seems like a very cool person.
Doesn't that sound like a fucking cool? You immediately sound like, man, that guy has his life together.
Yeah. Probably has a
What kind of-
bandana, a couple
yeah.
tribal tattoos.
Would you get like a butterfly switchblade?
Oh, so you could do that fucking shit?
yeah.
Like from Falling Down when he runs into the Latino gangsters?
Latinx.
Latinx gangsters? Those Latinx thugs.
Yeah.
LTs, as I like to call
I'm
them.
nervous, dude. I hope they like us in where are we going? Portugal?
The Poconos.
The Poconos.
Joe just knows it's a P sound.
Yeah. Portugal.
Phoenix?
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'll say
I
it.
think those old people will not enjoy it, and that will be funny, and
I
we'll
think-
record that, and
I
then our
think-
fans will like
I
it.
think they'll think we're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about Comedy Fight Club?
Nah, I think that'll be it. We got a lot of Philly people on the show.
Who's on the show? Tell us the lineup.
Well, by the time this comes out, it will have happened already.
Of course.
But Drew Montana
Ooh.
is facing Naeem Ali. They do the Do Rag and the Deer Tag podcast
Oh,
in
I love it.
Philadelphia.
Ooh,
You two are going to be judging.
of course.
Oh.
DJ Don't Believe Women will be there.
Oh, my.
God.
Yeah. it's
Will
gonna
he
be
be
a fun show.
leaving women?
Fuck no.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
pumped.
my favorite thing to do when you're, because people get a sense of what Fight Club is when you like are introducing it at the beginning
Yeah.
of the show. You're like making roast jokes about people. You're like, it's gonna be mean, but we're not gonna get offended. We're gonna have fun. Everybody's
Yeah.
clapping. Everybody's smiling. And then you're about to introduce the DJ, and everybody gets the rhythm of clapping for the officials. And then you announce his name as DJ Don't Believe Women. And I always find at least one person that goes, "What? Huh? What is that?"
I do. Yeah, because there are a lot of people who they love. I see the faces of people who are laughing like, "Oh my god, this is actually what he just said it's gonna be."
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a fun show. It'll be on the Fight Club Patreon and maybe eventually on the Fight Club YouTube channel. I know I'm going to be away for a week next month, so we may have to put one up on the channel that's in our backlog, one of the road shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all gay now on the road show.
There's lots of gay people and fags who want to fuck your ass.
It's crazy that he was like the boogeyman for a long time, Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
And then it turned out he may actually be a serial rapist.
Well,
Well, yeah,
he
for-
definitely raped that one girl, Rachel Evan Wood.
Yeah.
He raped her, and that
I
sucks.
ate Rachel Evan Wood, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, like, here's the
You
thing,
hate
though.
Rachel Evan-Wood?
I kind of fucked it up. I said I would Rachel Evan Wood.
You would
Oh,
Rachel.
you Rachel
you would
Evan
Rachel
Wood.
her Evan.
Because
Wood.
she's one of the beautiful people.
What? I don't know. You want to fuck her? Oh, I Rachel Evan Wood.
There
we
you
go. That's what I was
You're
doing.
welcome. Bobby didn't rape anyone.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those like weird like look at this crazy age gap that they had.
Yeah.
Because he was like in his 40s and she like just turned 18.
Well,
And then
yeah,
she
It was
because
a real child December
for so long.
relationship.
And then like don't forget Marilyn Manson, like he had all those lyrics that inspired the Columbine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He
true.
was like,
That is-
It
load
was
the
his
gun
fault.
and the jocks. Kill them and be my disciple of pain. You know, it's
For-
like, damn, Marilyn, why couldn't you have sung cool things about rocking out and doing drugs?
Yeah. Well, for so long, yeah, the whole thing was like people hate Marilyn Manson, but he's actually not this like bad guy that you all say he is. And then it's like, well, he may have actually been.
Yeah, if you're Jerry Falwell Jr., you must be like, oh, thank
Yikes.
God.
Yeah.
Now everyone can forget about me possibly being a cuckold.
Oh yeah, there was that thing with Jerry Falwell Jr. Jerry Falwell's the one who like blamed 9/11 on homosexuals, right?
Yeah, he was the original Joe Gorman.
All right, get it out of your system.
God, and there's
Ooh.
still Pat Robertson, the 700 Club guy. He's like still around, right?
Yeah.
Still alive and well, thank God.
And he still like says stuff every once in a while about like, yep, this is because of the gays. Like,
honest, yeah, honest things.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude, to be that guy.
And I mean, he's still got the show and stuff. So
Yeah.
there's still probably a sizable amount of people that buy that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like, because we live in New York, so we like ironically, I'm sorry to break the fourth wall, we ironically say a lot of messed up stuff.
Fuck, we're going to get a lot of unsubs, Matt.
Almost with
Our
the
Patreon
assumption.
plummets.
Because we do it with the assumption of like, well, of course these things aren't real, but there are still places where people actually believe it.
Uh-oh.
Maybe the Poconos is one of those places.
Yeah.
We're
We can
gonna
only
find
hope,
out.
dude.
How about some Poconos hoes? I know Joe's married, but Matt and I,
Yeah.
I'm newly single. We could go out on the prowl, my
Can
friend.
I watch you guys have sex?
I would prefer if you did.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Damn, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make. I've been doing it with just another person my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
if
mean?
you're
I
in-
want you to be
yeah.
watching me and giving me notes.
Yeah.
I
And
got
if Eric
you. We'll
Cross,
film it and put it on the Patreon.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a new tier where you get to watch me have sex.
Yeah.
It's called the rape tier.
Yeah, we turned some of this.
Well, we're workshopping the name, but it's definitely a tier.
Yeah, Pocono means Poconos.
Poca no, more like poca yes.
There you go.
Poca that ass.
We find like a big
Pocahontas. Pocahontas. Pocahontas.
Poca hot ass. Yeah.
I'm just picturing us like Matt and I were on the prowl, right? We did a show.
Yeah.
We're looking to get a chuckle fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
just got off the stage. Your
Yeah.
erection throbbing
Throbbing.
Yeah.
from the
Trying-
adrenaline.
From the
Ready to
adrenaline.
paint with all the colors of my sperm.
Yeah. We just find a big muscly woman.
Ooh.
And like a tiny weird redheaded woman.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I fuck the big muscly woman.
And
I
I
love
fuck
it.
the redhead, but then I blow it because I accidentally say your name.
And I say your name. And then at the
then-
same time, in our hotel room that we're all sharing together, we lock eyes. And then Joe looks up from his PS5.
Yeah,
And then me and Bobby fuck, and Joe has a threesome with the two girls.
All right, baby, but you got to get the hell out of here. I want to play video games
Yeah.
now for real.
Yeah, Joe's just doing it because out of like a sense of obligation.
Yeah.
And I'm crying and masturbating in the corner, a la Christian Finnegan in that Dave Chappelle sketch, "The Mad Real World."
Yes.
Yes.
You remember that?
I could never forget.
Yeah, the first time I went to QED
It's
in
like
Astoria.
9/11. It's your 9/11.
Ooh,
You can never forget.
it's
When-
beautiful.
oh, you met Christian Finnegan at QED, and that
Yeah.
was life changing.
Yeah.
Because his wife owns the place,
Mhm. Yeah.
and I didn't know that. And I walked in as a new New York City comedian doing what
New
New York City
comedians do.
Being awestruck.
being awestruck.
Yes.
And I went there, and it took all my strength to not be like, "Oh my God, Tyrese stabbed your dad."
Yeah.
And because I had enough, even back then, to be like, he actually probably is sick of that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And like years later, I was talking to his wife, and I was like, I just relayed that story to her, and she was like, "No, it's very good that you didn't do that because he hates that. He gets it all the time."
Yeah.
I hate being acknowledged for my success.
He's a silver fox.
Really?
I say
Yes,
so
he
myself.
is.
He's like, there's a few guys where I'm like, "Oh fuck, am I gay?" And he's one of them.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, because he's like vaguely like kind of chubby, but like in a cute dad sort of way.
Yeah.
And he's got white hair. It's not gray. It's white. And he just has a kind face that I want to caress.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you, what is there a guy like that for you besides me?
Mm. And besides Joe, also.
Right. And
Um,
besides Finnegan, who is also male.
CM Punk.
Yeah, Joe's like, "Can you take him in the ring?" I'm like, "Well, he could take me in the ring."
Yeah, anytime.
Ooh.
I'd like to go to sleep for him.
That's why I like, again, breaking the fourth wall. I like not being a homophobe because I have gay thoughts and they don't bother me.
Yeah.
Some people, they have gay thoughts and they have
bother
to
me.
murder someone.
They do bother me.
They bother you.
I'd rather you not talk about them on the podcast anymore,
I
actually.
apologize. I disrespected my fans. I disrespected the podcast network. I disrespected Joe Gorman.
The podcast network.
yeah,
the-
we have a whole podcast network.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
guys we fucked. The thing is,
Yeah.
real ass podcast. Like
It's all on the locker room talk universe.
it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
It's
They're
all on. It's all on Finny Radio.
Finny Radio.
Finny Radio.
Yeah.
Only $30.
Come here, Finn.
Aw.
He's named after Christian Finnegan.
Aw, that's beautiful.
That's his full name.
Christian Finnegan J.
Taylor.
Taylor Gorman. Is it Taylor Gorman or Gorman Taylor?
I guess it would be Taylor Gorman.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a bit of a ring to it.
Aw.
He's allergic to bad comedy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, buddy. You're gonna miss me over the weekend, huh, Finn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a nice ass time. I'm looking forward to watching Matt try to drive.
You've driven with me before.
Yeah, here's what happened, folks. I watched Matt cut off a tractor trailer
Yeah.
and he beeped his horn at us. Matt possibly did not even register that a horn was beeped at him.
Mm.
We were just having I think because we were listening to Sum 41.
Yes.
Like, what are you gonna
Strolling
do?
to the party like my name is El
Nino.
Nino.
That's the song we die to.
Yeah.
Don't count on me as the fucking life is leaving my eyes.
Yeah.
And I told Matt, I
Well, the
said,
doctor did say my mom should have had an abortion.
so yeah, I was like, Matt, please don't cut off tractor trailers. And he was like, I mean, I put on my signal. Which is very funny. You could force a tractor trailer to slam on their brakes as long as you put on your signal a few
Yeah.
moments beforehand.
yeah.
I like that.
I like to think that I'm a chill dude, but I'm not as chill as Joe. That's just a fact.
I'm usually just high and unaware.
Yeah.
like
the
if you
car.
were in that car, A, would you have noticed? B, if you did notice, would you have cared?
No, I wouldn't have noticed, and I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah. But Matt's not nearly as bad of a driver as a certain disabled friend, a former friend of ours.
Oh, Chris Crespo, the guy with no hands. How did he drive?
See, you would think. By the
A
way,
pulley system?
If we hadn't have gotten to who it was, it would have been nice. And Bobby's like, well, Matt's a better driver than this other guy. No, and then it's like, oh, you mean the one who has no hands? I'm better than that guy at driving.
Well, good for you, dude.
Yeah.
no, man, I'm just razzing. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you could not cut off tractor trailers, I'd be happy.
Okay.
It would make my experience at the Poconos a little better.
Yes.
I'm going to bring a bathing suit.
Me too. We
Bobby?
are our
I'm gonna
hotel.
bring my onesie.
Our hotel will have a pool, and where we are recording our podcast next to a pool. So maybe we go swimming when the rifts get too hot for me. I'll go
Yeah.
take a dive in the pool while you guys continue the podcast.
Okay.
Sounds good, dude. I'll bring the equipment. We're good to go.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. And Nico's involved in some way?
No, I don't know. He may
No.
or may not come.
Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about this on air, but no, he is not going to be involved in locker room
Did he
talk in
pass
any-
away?
No. He is burdened with life.
Yeah, he's not dead, but he is dead to us.
Yes.
Damn.
He blew it, dude. Like it's like clearly Matt's like, Joe, I need you to film the entirety of Fight Club because I'm firing Nico from this role.
Nico may or may not be able to make it. So if he can't, I asked Joe if he could record.
What's going on in his life that it's that
He may have. He
RSVP'd
may.
maybe?
No, he may have work. He's trying to get off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
We'll see. I think he's trying to pad his exit. The old I might have work. Who works on a weekend?
Nobody
It
that I
doesn't
respect.
happen. America comes to a grinding halt for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is our day to rest, and then Sunday is the Lord's day. So
Saturdays
we're
for
in
the
church.
boys.
Yeah.
We should we should get those Gentiles that hang around the Hasidic Jews because Hasidic Jews can't push buttons on Saturday.
Right.
We should get some of those from the government or whatever, so we don't have to record on Saturday because Saturday is sacred. It's for the boys.
Right.
So we don't want to necessarily hit that record button.
Yeah.
So we got to get maybe maybe a young Filipino boy
Mm.
in the Poconos.
A little Latinx boy.
A Latinx.
Yeah.
We should give every time we say Latinx, we should give credit to Danny Polishchuk. I believe he coined it.
Latinx,
Yeah,
as opposed to Latinx.
yeah. I think it's from one of the videos. That
I know
him-
he did a video where he said Latinx instead
Oh,
of Latinx,
so
but I feel like I've seen that.
it's been around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Bob. Looks
But
like you're not.
pronounce. What's that?
It looks like you're not at the heart of originality like you thought.
Fuck. That's my idea of being original is knowing about somebody else that said it first.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think it's okay to do someone else's riff from like Cumtown or whatever, as long as you do like you cite your source.
right.
Like I do a riff and I'm like Nick Mullen said that on whatever episode.
Right. Yeah. On this podcast that Joe's on, we'll give credit
Yeah.
to
you
old
think about that,
Cumtown
Joseph?
bits.
I appreciate it.
Well, I'm gonna go on record as saying
We're done. So long, faggots.